3, 4. Yeah, good. That one is just an eighth. Jump, bump.
I get asked this question a lot. I don't know anything about classical music. Neither do I. I mean, I do, but I don't know everything about it. No one can. I go to art museums. I go to plays that I don't know anything about. I watched a movie the other day that I didn't know anything about. It just hits you. It's visceral.
If you come to the symphony and you experience the emotional impact of the music, I don't think I've ever met anyone who's left here and said, I'm not coming back.
I would say that the Harrisburg Symphony is unique in its excellence.
I think it's part of going back to why it's important for a city to have an orchestra. It's a shared experience. And there are a lot of emotions that might come over you. I think it draws emotions out of you that you may not be expecting. Music is a language that everybody speaks. People listen to music when they celebrate. People listen to music when they're sad. People listen to music when they're angry. It's something that brings everybody together. And to have a place that everyone in the community can come to, regardless of what they do for a living, their cultural background, what they're going through at that point in the day, in their week, or in their year. They can come and they can be together and they can enjoy the music. And it's a shared experience. Even though everyone's individual takeaway from the concert may be different, you're still sharing it with the community. And I think that's really important. It's a binding factor for society to have that cultural shared experience.
Well, we're just now catching our breath at 95 years. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to 100 years. I don't know what that will look like, but that's no small accomplishment. I mean, we've never stopped operating through thick and thin since 1931, which is really cool. It speaks volumes to this community and their dedication. I mean, it's funded by public and private people, right? We can't do this without the support of everyone around us.
I think any city needs its cultural institutions. Art museums, history museums. I think an orchestra, because it is, these are people that you can connect with as well as, be part of the performance as well. I think orchestras provide for the larger community an experience where they can come together as a community and have this one singular event.
It's a regional orchestra, and we have other orchestras around us, not too far away, and the difference, I would say there's quite a difference between them. The musicians are world class, and that's what makes them unique, and Stuart brings that to every concert. It's just an important thing to have in people's lives, and the most important time, we think, is starting out young, and then it'll be part of your whole life.
And it's so fun for me, I think for a lot of us, to see the young kids experience an orchestra. Because many of them, maybe that's the first time they've ever heard an orchestra live, and for them to watch. And I love the storytelling aspect of the piece we're playing now, the Stravinsky's Petrushka. And the way Stuart communicates with the kids it's very, very skillful and effective, and I think gets them excited about it.
Here I'm underneath the graceful music, him trying very, very hard, unsuccessfully.
I'm Stuart Molina, the music director of the Harrisburg Symphony Orchestra. I've been doing this for 25 years. On the one hand, it's a little bit surreal. How is it possible that I've been here that long? But I think there's an incredible satisfaction in that it's been 25 years and yet it's still exciting for me, still challenging. I feel like we're still getting better and better every week, even though we started in a wonderful place. There's a lot of pride involved with it, and I think that the community is resonating with the fact that I've been here this long.
The symphony does a lot of shows, but they're not stale. Everything is fresh with the symphony. I had an opportunity to go down, they did a Motown show with some of the artists right off of Broadway. And if I would close my eyes, I would think I was in New York City. All those people are very, very professional, they read. So when that music chart is put in front of them, I mean, that's the game.
If they've never been to the Harrisburg Symphony before, I think I can safely say they're going to be incredibly blown away by how good the orchestra is. Many people come to a small city orchestra and think, oh, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to be anything like what we would get in a major city. And the truth of the matter is, we really are. I mean, the orchestra plays on the very highest level. Our musicians, player for player, are fantastic virtuosos. They win their positions through national auditions, and they've become very competitive auditions. And so that's the first thing, is that the quality is incredibly high. I do think that we have kind of a secret ingredient that comes into play, which is that the orchestra really wants to be here. They're happy, they love what they're doing. There's a sense of camaraderie that I think is achieved by the fact that we play not all that frequently, you know, every few weeks at the most. We put up the musicians all at the same hotel, so they have this social experience built in as well. Long-time friendships that they've made with these people they're playing with, and an audience that really appreciates their being here, and an administration and conductor that respects them and treats them with respect and collegiality. And I do think that creates a much better concert experience. A happy orchestra is an orchestra that plays better. I think that's kind of a rule. And so we have concerts that go a little bit beyond just the pure music making into that abstract realm of joy and exuberance.
Stuart is amazing. He, I think, is part of the glue that holds the group together. Everyone really respects him. He's an amazing musician. He has become a friend to me as well, and to many of the musicians. It's not just a figure on the podium. That's part of what makes this orchestra unique as well, I think, is his role and how he interacts with us, and it makes it feel like part of a family.
If all else fails, we meet on the third beat of 65. This is a good meeting point. Everyone plays together there that is playing.
Symphonic music is unique. Can't say better or worse, it doesn't matter, but there's nothing else like it.
It puts smiles on people's faces, and it makes you forget about what's going on at the house or what's going on at the family. You know, or you can't make this bill for some reason. But for a half hour, 90 minutes, 75 minutes, you know, music has that opportunity and that vacuum that you can escape.
Every city should have a symphony orchestra and should support it. It's nothing brand new. I mean, if you go back 100 years, this is, it comes from the European tradition. In Germany, there is, every little town and hamlet has an opera company, a ballet company, and at least one orchestra. And I think that's a beautiful thing.